Welcome back everybody. This is Ian, and in this video I just want to demo a project that I'm working on. It's not fully styled yet, so forgive me for the atrocity that we're looking at here. But essentially, this is a little static site optimizer. You might remember from a previous video where I showed you how you can take a Python automation script that I wrote and run it within a static website directory. And then what it would do is it would go through and find any images like image tags or maybe CSS that points to like a background image. And it would take those files from the local website, upload them to the Cloudinary CDN. It would run some optimizations on it, and it would actually replace those values for those image URLs inside of the static website, thus increasing the page speed of the website by serving next-gen format images in optimal image sizes, things like that. What this project allows you to do is the same thing that that project did, except you don't have to know anything about Python. You don't have to set up a virtual environment. You don't have to install Python. You don't have to run any code. You simply go to the website and you upload a file, which is a zip file of your static website. And then you include your Cloudinary credentials. Those are really easy to get. You can get them for free. Just go to cloudinary.com, sign up, go to the dashboard, and you can copy them from the dashboard. So you'll plug in your zip file and the credentials from your Cloudinary account, and then you just upload it. And as soon as it's done processing, it downloads to your computer. So let me show you the before and the after. If I take a look here, this is the before, really simple website, same one that I used from the previous video. It has 2 pages, 1 style sheet, and a handful of images. And so if we go to index.html here, you can see that we have, home, the about page will load some different images. These other links don't work. And these are all being served from the images directory. So if we go back here, you can see images, and we have these images inside of here that are being loaded within the website. So that's all good, except the problem is that those images aren't optimized. They haven't been run through something like Gulp. They haven't been run through Photoshop, nothing like that. They just came straight from unsplash.com, where they were downloaded from, a free stock photography website, and plugged directly into the website, which is what happens a lot of times, especially with beginners, people that are new to web development. They're creating their first static website and they don't know how to optimize their images. So if we look at, for example, the hero up top, it has an ID. So it's linked to a style sheet, and then the style sheet has an ID inside of it, a selector with a background image pointing to a URL. The URL points to the images directory with that hero.jpg file. Likewise, we have this image here, which is an image tag with a source that points to the images directory with the home.jpg. And then over on about, everything inside of here is being served from background image. It looks kind of like an image tag here, but it's actually a div with an ID, and then the ID has a background image. What's going to happen is once you zip up this directory and you pipe it through this little web app that I'm creating, it'll parse all the files inside of this zip file, and it'll look for HTML and CSS files. Once it finds them, it'll parse them and find the areas where it has like an image tag with a source attribute, or a selector in the case of a style sheet where it has like a background image with a URL. Then it'll pull the path to those images and use that to identify the location of the image, which will then upload to Cloudinary. That API will send back a response with what's called a secure URL. That'll be a URL to the image on the Cloudinary CDN served over HTTPS. And then you can add some additional things to the URL to optimize it even further, decide which format you want it in, like WebP if you want a next-gen image format, and you can optimize it. You can do a lot of really cool things actually with the URL. We're not going to go into that in this video, but we're just going to use it to get the most optimal image format and sizing. With all that said, let's head over to the actual app. So once you're here, you can choose to upload a file. In this case, I've got this prepared as static site example.zip, and it's the same project we just looked at. And then I've already gone over to my dashboard for Cloudinary, and I've pulled my cloud name, my API key, and my API secret, and I've plugged them into these inputs here. So cloud name, API key, API secret. You can see the secret is just like a password field here. It's going to be hidden. You can toggle the little visible eye if you want to, just make sure that you've typed in or pasted in the correct secret. But none of this information, none of these credentials are being stored on the server. They're being passed over HTTPS just like you would log into a website with a password and a username. They're kept secure, they're used for what they're needed for, and then they're done away with. We don't store anything. We don't even store the zip file. It's only stored very temporarily while the process happens for the request. Once you get your files downloaded, we've already deleted it off the server. So here at this point, you click upload zip file, and then this isn't a really big website. You already saw it, so it'll probably take all of 5 seconds or less. And once it's ready, we'll see it downloaded to the browser. All right, cool. So here's the file, optimize.zip. We're going to extract this to our downloads as optimized. It opens it up here. It looks exactly the same as the previous one that we had. Here's the original, here's the new one, same folder structure, same files, except when we go into the website, it is going to load the images from Cloudinary. And so now if we right click and we inspect, we can see here for this BG hover, or BG cover rather, with the ID of Home Hero BG, we go look at the style sheet, style.css, and the URL has been replaced with this Cloudinary CDN URL. And you can see that it's served in a WebP format down here, and it's got some things in the URL like W auto for width auto, and you can't see it because of the truncation of the URL, but it has Q auto for the quality auto as well. And so then if we inspect this image here, it was able to identify that this is an image tag that had a source attribute that pointed to a local image, and it took that image and uploaded it and then replaced the source attribute with the URL for the uploaded image. And so here we have this one. Likewise, if we go to the About page, these ones are served through the style sheet, or rather they're connected through the style sheet. And so again, if we look here, there's this one here, Cloudinary. And then if we go down, this is not a image tag. This is a div with a ID that has a background image. And again, it was replaced by the Cloudinary URL. That's pretty much it. If you have a basic static website and you're using things like image tags with the source attribute to point to a local image, or you have a style sheet that's connected to any one of your pages and it is using a background image with the URL property, then you can pipe this through this application and you can get back an optimized version of your website. All your images will exist inside of your Cloudinary dashboard, so you could actually go a step further, go into your dashboard and tweak the images even further if you want to. So yeah, more to come with this. Definitely need to work on the styling a little bit, but just been kind of focused on the functionality. I have it live on Heroku, but I'm going to pause that hosting until I get it fully finished out, because I don't want to spend a bunch of money on it while it's still in development. So here pretty soon, I'll share the URL for the live production website, and then you can feel free to test it on your own static websites. In the meantime, let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.